Hi, Max Sterling here. So today I'm going to replace an actuator on my washing machine. I have a Cabrio. Basically, for a while now I had thought that maybe the agitator, well, it doesn't have an agitator, it's open, but I thought for a while maybe it wasn't working because the clothes weren't coming out smelling real clean. And then finally it stopped spinning. Basically, it would go through the drain process, it would wash, but then it wouldn't spin. So went through, there's a way to check the error codes, but basically if it's not spinning, more than likely it's this agitator. So the part's about $30 online. You get them off eBay or other sources, so just look online for them. The agitator looks like this. Okay, you can see that this is a revision 003 on this one. The new one that I bought is actually a revision 12. So in the amount of time since I bought my washer, they've gone through 9 different versions of this actuator. So this seems to be a pretty standard model depending on what type of machine you have. I would say there's probably a pretty good chance you have this exact one as opposed to something else if you just had to take a shot in the dark. But as far as replacing this is actually super easy. So mind the mess. There's clothes everywhere because I basically had to pull them out of the washer, and I just threw them on the floor because I'm a guy and that's what we do. I don't care. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna spin this around and sort of show you where I'm at in the process, okay? All right, so this is what my control pad looks like on my washing machine, so you can see which one I have. On the back you got your hot and cold. On my wall over there I got my hot and cold there. So basically I just disconnected those cords. Make sure you turn your water off first. I mean, for my setup I got very conveniently located knobs just to turn off. If you can't find those, I mean, if you got an older house like I got my meter, there's a master right there. I can turn off all my water. So basically do whatever you got to do, get the water shut off. Unhook these. You'll have your drain down at the bottom. It comes off very easily. You just need a pair of pliers and of course unplug it. From there you're going to lay it down on its face. You can put something down underneath it if you don't want to scratch it. You can tape the lid down if you want to. I don't know that any of that's really necessary, but if you want to, you can. So underneath your machine you're going to have this thing here, and I'm not going to treat anyone like they're idiots here. So basically that piece goes over top of these pulleys, okay, and the actuator sits right in here, okay, with these wires plugged into it. So that shield has 2 bolts on it. You undo the bolts or screws. This has 2 screws holding on. You take them out, pull this thing out, disconnect the wires, and that's it. Boom, there's your actuator. Go over and grab the new actuator, which is in this package here. I got this one from eBay. So seems legitimate. I mean, who knows? It could be gray market crap. It could be remanufactured. Who really knows when you get stuff off eBay? But what I can tell you is it was $30 with free shipping. So I ain't gonna complain. All right. Here's the part. It looks like they took the time to at least package it well. So there it is. And as you can see, like I was saying, this one is a revision 12. Okay. It's the same part. This is your sensor that goes inside. This is your arm that controls the spinning. So we're just going to come on over, take this, make sure the sensors are going into this hole here. And man, that's it. We're going to plug this back in, put 4 screws back in. I'm going to put this dust guard back on, flip it over, and that's it. That's all there is to it. You would have called a washer repairman, man, they would charge you $100 for that part. They would charge you $100 to come to your house. They would charge you $100 an hour for labor. For 5 minutes, rounded up to the nearest hour, you would have been $200 easy into this. Or you could literally take 5 minutes, use 0.1% of your brain, take out 4 screws, and fix this yourself. That easy. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together, flip it up, hook it up, make sure it runs. And for the first time in a week, I'm gonna have clean clothes. I'm wearing clothes I ain't worn in 3 years. I had to dig these out of the bottom of my closet. I don't even know that this stuff is in style anymore. That means no towels either. I've been taking all my showers at the gym using their free towels. You know what's on free towels at the gym? You know how messed up that is? You know how disgusting that is? I'll be lucky if I get out of this without having scabies. I also should have mentioned that there's a little arm on here and it needs to go inside of this little coupling here. So right here, make sure this little nub goes inside this hole here. That's what she said. All right, and then just screw this back on. Like I said, there's 2 screws on here. Make sure you connect your wiring harness back up, and that's it. That's it back together. This is also what it would look like when you first laid it down before you take it apart. See, it's got these bolts on in here. These are I think 5/16. So 5/16, just like you'd find on your car battery terminals, usually on most cars. So 5/16, and the other ones are just Phillip head screws that go into the other part. So that's all you're going to need. I, of course, use my electric drill to take them in and out. Just be careful not to overdo it and strip stuff. Okay, so we got everything hooked back up. Got that drain back on the bottom. See how it's got that clip there? You just get a pair of pliers and just clip that on there and then slide it on. These guys here, your hoses, you can hand tighten them, but then get your pliers on there, you know, a little bit hand tighten, not real tight though, because this is just plastic that you're screwing it onto. You're not trying to break that. Now, unless someone's a joker, these should be red for hot, blue or black for cold. So hopefully you get them going to the right place. Mine are actually in reversed order as compared to what they are in the machine. These are tough sometimes, so if you got a pair of channel locks or big pair of pliers, whatever you want to call them, you can get them on there. Turn this puppy. If you got the hand strength, just do it by hand. If you're a petite thing, you may need to get someone else to do this for you. Same way with flipping the washer over. I mean, I don't know, my idea of weight is probably not relative to most people's. I mean, but this doesn't seem all that heavy, right? But I mean, it might be for you. So if you can't tip it forward, you don't feel safe tipping forward, get someone to help you out. And the same way with tipping it back up. Make sure you run drain cycle first on this thing before you tip it, or you're gonna have water everywhere. Once again, this is my version of this machine, just in case you're crazy paranoid or something, you're concerned the part won't match. You can see the part number earlier in this video. This is my model, so if you want to know anything about the part number. That's it. This is Max Sterling. Have a good day.